flock is just I don't even know how to explain. Y'all be on one. Wishing, hoping, praying, lying. You know what? Let's just get it, let's go.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Raven, Raven, hey, Raven. We gon' ride out. Raven, Raven, Raven. Couch Rider. Raven, Raven, hey, Raven. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White or rap for the beat, though.
Welcome back. Hey, welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our couch to yours. Let's go. It's your host, your main man, Jermaine Lockett, your Couch Rider Raven, saying thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me. And Cameroon, whenever he decides to show up. We got him. We found him. Y'all can go ahead and take down the road guards and the milk cartons, all that. We found Cameroon is fantastic. And let's see who else we found tonight who's in the room. One person said, they're here first, and that is delicious. What is going on, D? Hey, so, like I said, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. When I mean going down, it's like, hey, when we post the show, because sometimes it gets weird. Sometimes I got family issues. Sometimes I just want to spend time with them. Sometimes I got church calls. Sometimes I got work. You know what? It is what it is. But I'm going to get here when I get here. And I appreciate you being here when I get here and being loyal. So thank you, Delicious. I see we got a couple other people in the room. Go ahead and chat. Just chat on the comment. Just say something on the comment. Say what's up. How's your mama? All that. Let's get it. Let's go. So tonight we're going to get started a little fast because I know Cameroon said he got a quick bedtime. So we're going to get into it. All right. So we got somebody else in the room here that left a comment. It's a Cameroon sighting. Delicious. All right. Not yet. Once he comes into the room, let me make sure he got this link for a second, man. I thought for sure I sent it to him on Yahoo. Guess we're gonna find out. So tonight we want to talk about moment of controversy. We're gonna get into that because I like to stir stuff up. I'll be honest with you. As far as stirring up, there's the little talks about if a hot dog is a sandwich and there's chicken wings, if wings have bones in it or don't have bones in it, or considered chicken nuggets. I like to stir things along that like that. What do we argue about? Pineapple on pizza? Just madness. And one second. So yeah, tonight's topic, we're going to get into that, and it is, let's see, our moment of controversy. So for those of y'all who don't know what our moment of controversy is, I like to pick out little small topics, just start a little mess, start a little talk, and just get everybody excited about their opinion. So back in the day, my wife and I, we had this argument all the time. She was about Harry Potter. I was about Star Wars. And of course, we all know that Star Wars won that controversy. It was just no question. Without a doubt, my daughter's in the background shaking her head like, no. She knows the truth. She knows it's all about Luke. It's all about the Mandalorian. I mean, when you got Grogu over there, who needs Harry Potter? You know what I'm saying? But coming in second is the one that I want to talk about tonight. Are we talking Harry Potter or are we talking Lord of the Rings? What is your take on which is better? Is it Harry Potter or is it the Lord of the Rings? Excuse me, I'm still getting set up here for a second. Get my life together. All right, I'm going to let y'all talk it out. Which one are we rocking with? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a celebrity in the building. We found him. It's been a long, hard look. It's been crazy, folks. We found the guy. Let me make sure I got my stuff together. Before I let him in right quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, present to you the myth, man, the legend. What's good, man?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
That's terrible. What about everybody else? Can y'all hear me? I know I just had one little faux pas on the gear over here. I'm trying to make sure I get everything together so it doesn't fall off again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you just fine. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think
Okay.
my thing's still plugged up to my speakers.
All right, so we got
Yeah,
Trust Talk, my brother. Hey, just so y'all know, as soon as I just saw his name on here, the Trust Talk podcast. Look, we go through our ups and downs when it comes to marriage, right? You know, I know Cameron was still out here. If he for the streets, he's still doing him, enjoying life and all this. I'm not saying we don't enjoy life in marriage, but you're going to experience those situations where you have ups and downs, and you're going to be like waking up to this person saying, "Why? Oh my gosh, why?" But there's answers, and there's answers in the scriptures, and there's nobody better to bring you that message than our Father in heaven, and of course, my brother Gary Kennedy on his Trust Talk podcast. He is helping marriages become a little stronger through the Word of God, and it's amazing his testimony that he shares with you and lets you know the things that you should avoid in marriage. And he's on episode 3 right now, so you got to catch up. I want you to go ahead and jump into the Trust Talk podcast. The next time he pops up with a show, hit the like button. If you like the content there, he's trying to keep it entertaining. He's relating back to the scriptures, and he is helping you grow closer to your spouse through recognizing the weaknesses within yourself and recognizing the areas that you can lovingly communicate to your partners. So, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the Trust Talk podcast with my boy GDK, Mr. GDK. That is my brother, y'all. All right. So, we are talking about the topic of controversy. Delicious says hello, by the way.
What's up, D?
And
Been a long time, brother. Keep
all right,
freezing
tonight's
over here,
moment
man.
of controversy
I don't
is
know what the heck is going on.
Harry Potter versus the Lord of the Rings. All right, so you got Hogwarts over here. You got all these different worlds that Harry's that what Mr. Frodo's going through with
Did you freeze
Samwise
or is it
Gamgee.
me?
Huh?
Did you freeze or is it just me?
Nah, I think you probably froze. I'm good.
Oh, you good God. All right.
But yeah, it is a huge controversy. When I go to sit down and I watch a show, when I go to Hogwarts on the magical car, the train, or the invisible skeletons, or however we get there, it is a great world of imagination. I really enjoy the experience, and I want to yell all the different different spells, and for a moment, I'm at Hogwarts as a student, and I'm enjoying watching Harry Potter do all the magical things he does. I think it's a great couple of stories, a couple of movies. I really enjoy them. You really get into hating the bad characters in the movie. You really enjoy the experience, the magic, the wonder. In The Lord of the Rings, there's a good storyline, but sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it goes a bit long. Even the happy ending went on entirely too long in Lord of the Rings. And then sometimes it's just hard to keep up with the full story. Like they have went so deep into this world of wonder when it comes to the different races, the different storylines behind each character. There is a ton happening in that show, and I enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it as much as Harry Potter. I mean, sorry. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know what you guys feel about it. Y'all gotta let me know. All right, Delicious says Lord of the Rings. That's where he's at. Deep, what's good? Welcome to the show. He says, Harry Potter was more interesting to me. Super curious to see how HBO Harry Potter TV series reboot would turn out. Okay, when is that coming out? Because I'm definitely down. I will definitely be ignoring a few shows to watch the Harry Potter. I'm kidding. I'll be on the show. But I will be definitely finding time to watch the Harry Potter reboot because, of course, my wife will be down with that. And my daughter, she's all crazy about the Harry Potters. You know what I really enjoyed was the the prequels, the Fantastic Beasts, part 1, and I enjoyed part 1 more than part 2. I'll be honest, because I got to see that little Niffler thief. He's running through and he's shoving stuff in his pocket, stealing all these different. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of stealing, but this little Niffler was so cute and he was just stealing all of this stuff and pocket watches and jewelry and diamonds, and he just completely I was like, man, Niffler cool. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I enjoyed Harry Potter and I enjoyed the Fantastic Beast a lot more than I did the Lord of the Rings. But I am still watching the Circle or the TV show on Amazon Prime. Just not as interesting, not as entertaining. And sometimes I fall asleep. I'll be honest, I fall asleep on the show. It just be too long to sit the dialogue. Can I please get some more battles in the show? Yeah, Fantastic Beast was fire. I mean, if I could hop into a suitcase and hop into a whole nother world, and I got all types of crazy beasts in there. He basically got his own little farm in his suitcase. It's fantastic. I guess that's why they call it Fantastic Beast. But still, he had this little lock-picking, cricket-looking creature stick thing. That was great. Look. All right. Harry Potter reboot is supposed to be 1 book per season, and season 1 is supposed to be premiering in 2020. I got to wait a whole 2 years. I cannot. I got to move on. All right, here we go. We're past that now. So let's get back to we're getting to the topic of the show, not necessarily the messy stuff. So let's see. I'll read one more comment what we got on that. And so my brother's saying, thanks so much. He's like, I love Harry Potter was more interesting in Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. See, we all on the same. I think we feeling each other right here. Harry Potter was definitely interesting more than the Lord of the Rings. Now, like I said, when it comes to Star Wars, I don't know, man. Am I flicking a wand or am I flicking a lightsaber? Still not sure. It's a toss up. I think I still got Star Wars just barely above the Harry Potter. All right. So let's move forward. We into the new topic, and that topic is combine versus tape. Which is better? Because when it comes to the combine, you're looking at these guys. It's a t-shirt and shorts party. It's a t-shirt and shorts party, right? People come out here and they have studied on how to master the drills within this combine. But the tape may not reflect the exact thing that is going on with this particular player. He has just figured out how to hack his way up the draft boards by producing a solid combine score, whether it be the 40-yard dash or whatever, the vertical, everything. These guys are practicing that. And then there's these natural athletes out there who don't necessarily study the combine. They're like, hey, I'm an athlete. I'm coming out there, and y'all seen the tape. I'm magnificent. I got great miles per hour speed, but you put me in a 40 stance, and I can't run it for nothing. I'm talking about me from personal experience. When it came to our own personal combine down in San Antonio, I was playing for the San Antonio Ravens. We had combined like 2 different teams. On the field, on tape, you can see me absolutely fly. But when it came to getting the technique down, to running the 40-yard, why am I running like 4.9 and 5? It's because I didn't have technique for nothing. But you put me on a go route. You put me on a post route. I was killing it out there on the field. Just not necessarily when it came to checking the aspects versus somebody else in basically a carnival. It was carnival games. That's what I think of the combine, to be honest. Alicia says tape. And my boy GDK said lightsaber. Let me let Cameron back in the room here. All right. So you saw we talking tape versus combine, and I was just going to go into my first reason why I am with the tape over the combine. So real game context is the first reason. And then according to my notes here, I'm saying that combine drills, they're just isolated tests, right? They don't replicate the dynamic of the pressure field environment. So if you're under pressure, a pressurized situation, it's 4th and 1, and you got to be that defensive tackle that stops that run or stops the tush push, which I'll be honest, I hope that it becomes illegal because they just, they doing their thing on it. But when you in that real time situation, ain't no t-shirt and shorts party going to be able to measure how you're going to react in those situations, whether you're going to step up or whether you're going to fold like a lawn chair. Case in point, and I hate to bring this up because I like the kid. I wanted him to succeed on our team. James Prochet. In practice, and I'm talking about practice. I ain't talking about the real game. I could see if we was out there playing a real game, but I'm talking about practice. Practice, man. If James Prochet was the talk of the town, I'm talking he was the talk of the last 3 seasons. When I say 2 seasons ago, he was the last 2 seasons ago. He was the talk of the town. Every single practice, James Prochet made another play. James Prochet is the star of the day. He's definitely earning his spot on the roster. This, that, and the other. It comes to a game, and it was just a preseason game. The guy fumbles, drops a pass. He gets outperformed by Wallace. And Tyler was doing his thing. Tyler was a guy who shows up in game time games, and real time games. I'm hoping that he's able to go check his value and then kind of recognize that home is in Baltimore, because he's that kind of talented guy. I don't know where Cam went. He just disappeared again. But yes, James Prochet was a practice legend, and he just could not show up.
Sorry, I had to do it for my phone.
You good? Yeah, he just couldn't show up in real time games, and you're going to see guys like that leap off the tape. John Ross. John Ross was, I think he was the record holder for one point in time for the fastest 40 time at the combine. And he goes to Cincinnati. You think like, okay, he hooks up with a guy with Joe Burrow. This guy's going to take off, right? It's just a fantastic arm with fantastic talent as far as speed. But that was t-shirt and shorts party, folks.
That was before Joe Burrow.
It was before Joe Burrow?
That was,
he had like 1 year turnover with him going to the Giants or something, didn't
he? He came in with Marlon Humphrey.
So he was lit.
The Red Rifle was there.
Oh yeah.
What's my man's name?
Yeah, Bad Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bad Andy Dalton. Anyway, Dalton still got an arm too. Dalton had a cannon on him. And you telling me with that type of speed, that type of talent, that you can't perform at the top level, but you can go kill a combine score. So that's what I'm talking about, a pressure-filled environment of an actual game. When somebody puts hands on John Ross, they just going to usher him out of bounds because he light. The film's going to show how a prospect performs in live situations, facing real defenders and making split-second decisions. Point 2 is technique and fundamentals. While combine is going to measure the raw athletic ability against somebody else, and of course you're going to see somebody who is out of shape. You're going to know when they're out of shape coming to the combine versus they don't have the skill set. It's going to measure the raw athletic ability. It's going to the film's going to reveal technical player skills, or players' technical skills, such as the footwork, such as the positioning and the route running. When you're running routes with somebody you have chemistry with versus a quarterback who is in a rotation, I get that you're showing the flexibility that you can try and catch from anybody, and that's cool. But at the same time, ain't nothing like home. Ain't nothing like the guy that is your guy. That's why I do enjoy watching the pro days a bit, because you get to see a little bit of chemistry with somebody that they have worked with the entire season.
Yep.
What are your thoughts, Cameron?
I agree with you 100%. I mean, all it is a short and t-shirt contest. I mean, I was honestly being a fan of Deion and rooting for his sons. I was upset that Shallow didn't get out. Why you looked around like somebody must have phone? I was rooting for Shallow, but now you think about it, man, there's a lot of people that didn't get invited to the combine that got drafted. So, you don't get it. He didn't get invited. He got drafted. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and then some of those guys,
more time to get ready.
They know what their tape is. They know what their tape is. Like, I feel like some of those other guys that are later rounds, that have, I think for those draft boards that kind of got already put together way too early, and they were like, hey, what is that where I'm at? I'm going to show these folks. So then they come out and they.
Sorry, cut you off.
Huh? Go ahead.
Sorry, cut you off. The sad thing is that a lot of times, a lot of guys are not okay, they want to see you compete. That's great. But a lot of times, your draft stock could drop if you don't do good in the combine, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't drop because of that.
Who was the
You
quarterback for
know.
Minnesota before Brett Favre?
Oh,
Bridgewater.
I forgot the dude's name.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater's stock dropped because of the combine.
Mm-hmm.
His tape was phenomenal, and it
Yeah.
stood on its own. He should have
Yep.
came in and said, "No, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna answer some questions, but I am not going to sit here and go through these drills with y'all. Let the younger cat, or let the cats with the lesser cameo type
Mhm.
profile come in there and let them try to increase their stock. But if you a star, I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna
Yeah.
hurt you, especially you said you think I'm gonna come out here and run this 40 time and show the world what I'm made of, and you have a flop.
Yeah.
Now there was a kid out there the other day. He ran a 4.5 something 40, but he was 154 pounds. Everybody was expecting him to fly.
Talking about old boy from Oregon. Is it Taz Johnson?
Yep. But Ted
Yeah.
showed everybody what was really up. And this is why it brought me to this whole night. Tez had the fastest clock time on the field
Mm.
than any receiver out there. But he ran a 4.5 4.40. So that goes to
Yeah.
show you this tape. These guys are not lined up in a 40 stance when they go line up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
They are lined up in wide receiver stances, ready to burn past any corner that comes and tries to touch them. They're not going to come from that 3-point where you get blow the whistle at the line because they didn't take off properly or something. It's just not. It's not natural. Even one of the guys who had one of the faster times, I can't remember. I think it was a corner the other day.
Harris.
He almost hit the camera stands or the sensors on the right. He still ran pretty fast, but I'm like, that's his style of running, and he's fast without it. He could have been even faster.
Yeah.
Taking off. I think it's just the awkward positioning of this 40 stance. And if you don't train like that, then you're not going to come out and have a good showing.
Yep.
All right, so next is the consistency over time is point number 3 for me. So combine numbers, they're based on a single day of performance, the T-shirt and shorts party, and can be influenced by temporary factors. Film provides a broader sample across multiple games. So we're talking about tougher conference players. We're talking about lesser conference players. So you can get a clearer picture of consistency and reliability over time. Combine is like, all right, I showed up, and let's just say on tape, I had an injury history, right? I had a couple of ankle injuries, but hey, y'all, I'm healthy for the combine. I'm healthy for the combine. I'm going to show off for this combine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pull a hamstring after you sign me. As soon as I sign a contract, wait, let me just put this pin down. I got a hamstring. Oh, I got arthritis in my wrist and everything, but I ran that 40, bro. I ran the heck out that 40.
Yep.
So you want to see the consistency, and I say you continue to go back to the tape on this. And I'll give you the points as far as arguing for the combine here in a minute, but I got 2 more points on arguing against the combine versus the tape. So situational awareness and versatility. So of course, you got situational awareness. Do you have situational awareness when you're running those drills and you're having to chase the ball left, chase the ball right, and scramble this, that? Yeah, when you're running the gauntlet, you have to have situational awareness because that next ball is going to come flying at you. But in a game where you're going to have multiple balls flying at you within a couple of seconds, no. These plays going to probably last about 7 or 8 seconds, and then you get a catch or drop, or somebody's going to run for a first down, something along those lines. But real game feel is going to capture a prospect's ability to read defenses, adjust to various game plans, and then perform under different conditions and capabilities that stack the combine drills can't demonstrate those. That static those to me. Capabilities that static the combine drills, they can't demonstrate those. And honestly, you want to see them play. And I noticed that this is probably nonsensical. It's nonsensical when it comes to preservation, contract wise, all that. Have them scrimmage right there. Give me another scrimmage. Let's see what they can do together. Hang on, we got to put you in. We got 2 up there. He's taking over. All right, let's see. Let's pay some bills. Adit says, Combine tells you potential athletic ceiling and tape reveals consistency of technique. Take, let's say, Virginia Tech's running back Rashul Tutin, for example. He had a 4.3 40 with good production, 15 touchdowns. Can he be consistent? I mean, 15 touchdowns sounds pretty consistent to me.
He's. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, Adit's right because it's like, think about it. I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's a smaller back, or maybe not smaller. I think he's like 2 and some change. I think he's like another Justice Hill. Like he's that type size, I believe.
Okay.
So
And we saw what Justin Hill is, like
yeah,
when he gets opportunities, he kind of makes them shine.
yeah, but he ain't gonna be. I don't see you don't see neither one of us see Justice Hill doing that every down like
I don't see him as a number one.
Yeah, huh?
I don't see him as a number one. He's a change of pace type of back.
Exactly. So I don't know.
But it is nice to see him in the pass coverage. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, our pass in the passing game, he is exciting out there like that.
I don't know about Sewell how is he able to get a little bit more? He's like what 202, right? 205 or something like that, Adit. So I don't think he's like that big of a back. I think he's
Let's see. Delicious says Kyle Hamilton was originally projected a top 5 pick that dropped because his 40 time was great. And I think you pointed this out. You pointed this out. You were grateful that the 40 time dropped.
Yeah.
You knew
that's what he was running. I was like, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You predicted this. You was on top of the whole time, pre-draft, everything. And it was exciting. It was an exciting day for you. I was mad as heck because, oh boy, to be honest with you, I was that defensive tackle from the Eagles. What is his
little
name?
boy for Davis.
The Kool-Aid man,
yeah, big boy. I mean, I would have been happy with either one of them, but
yeah,
I was like, he ran a bad time. I said, this is gonna knock him out. And then everybody was already suspect about safeties, but then he didn't like Kyle Hamilton is a unicorn. Now everybody want to call him.
absolutely.
Growing trees.
And he is magnificent. I'm so happy to be wrong on that pick. And, I'm glad we got the guys that we got because I think, of course, Tyler Linderbaum is an exceptional center.
Absolutely.
And I think Rasul or Adit has the size for you. So 5'9", 206.
So he's like just about the same size, I believe, like 5'10", maybe 2 even. So he's not. I mean, I don't think he's every down back. Like, depends on it depends on how durable he is. Like,
that's true.
I don't know how, like, if you're gonna go back in the days, I don't know with the size with Barry Sanders, how big Barry was. I know he was short. He was only like 5'8", but weight wise, I don't know what he was carrying.
Yeah, I like short running backs. They run behind the big tackles, and it's harder to find them for their shot out the cannon.
Yeah, it's just the talent. Talent wise, like, what are you gonna do?
Speaking of talents, point number 5, intangible qualities.
Yeah.
Film allows scouts to assess decision making, leadership, and emotional resilience in high pressure moments because you're going to have those moments when you fall off in the combine. You fall off in the combine, and people look at it as if you have fallen off a cliff. But the consistency over time is what we talked about a minute ago. You're going to be able to see on tape where guys had bad plays, but then they came back and made a great play. These intangibles are key to long-term success in the NFL, while combine stats solely are focused on the physical attributes. What's going to be on the back of their daggone baseball card or basketball or football card? What's going to be on the back of that card? That's what that's going to be at. As far as those 40 times and verticals and all that. But honestly, we should be looking at the tape and, of course, some stats.
Yeah.
But the tape, ultimately, what are they going to do? Because what's crazy is I'll sit down and look and tape on a guy after I see the stats. The stats, I'm like, man, that's pretty dang good. But then I go look at the tape, and they're not fluid.
Yeah.
Some of these wide receivers out there, they got, they're claiming the reports on them look great, but I don't think somebody was watching enough film to see like, all right, this is not an eye-popping wide receiver. This is terrible defense. For one, I was looking at a lot of them. I'm like, oh my gosh, the defenses are just absolute trash on some of these players, and they're just a boy amongst men I would say a man amongst boys.
Mhm.
And when they get to the NFL, they're gonna have that wake up.
Right.
And it's unfortunate that it's gonna come in the NFL, but some of these guys are just not it. And I'm hoping that other, scouts for the Ravens, for instance, because they can follow whoever else, but
Well,
hopefully for the Ravens, we're not fooled by a stat chart, and then we can actually just take a look at the tape and say, hey, this is him or this is not.
mhm.
All right. So here we are. GDK says Combine is overrated. I agree.
Agreed.
And they did try to switch up skill sets in the last couple of years to try and reflect some of this real time stuff. But to be honest, it's still another t-shirt and shorts party.
Yeah, they trying to, they have a lot of the coaches who used to be players, like put in different drills to show or probably stuff that they did like during their off season training, like do Staley drill, for the running backs, which is actually a pretty good drill because it shows the back's reaction time and how quick their feet can move without looking where you're going, which is a good that's something that's important because you got to be able to move, you got to be able to react as a running back. So they need more. I don't like that goal line drill though, to be honest with you, because the quarterbacks sometimes don't throw the ball when they need to, and they throwing it like the quarterback is trying to throw it like it's the drills for him, and the drill is actually for the receiver to see if they can go up, and catch with their hands, just working their hands. You
I
can't
agree.
even. They're not even throwing it right. Like they're trying to be, I guess, perfect in the spot, and it's like they should just tell them, look, throw the ball right here every time, and let the receiver react to it.
Yeah,
Because it's
nothing frustrates me more than when, let's say, quarterbacks trying to show off.
Yep.
They trying to put heat on everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, look, you ain't got to put heat on everything, man. It's if you get that ball there and it's in a good spot, then that's a good throw.
Mm-hmm.
If this guy's got to sit here and make some acrobatic out of this world catch, it wasn't on the throw. It was on the receiver making that magnificent catch.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of throws that you could see quarterbacks were just launching the thing. They did not look at, hey, who's there? Is that the dude who ran the 4.2? Okay, or is that the guy who ran the 4.6 and probably shouldn't have got the invite? But I don't know, or at least on the tape or on the combine tape.
Right.
They're thinking, but they need to look at those players and gauge that speed. They were just launching it for no daggone reason, just well ahead of players. And of course, the receiver looks bad now, but it's really on the quarterback who took an overthrow and didn't gauge that.
Yeah, I needed. I don't really like that drill. Like unless you're gonna tell the quarterback, because even when you look at the combine when they're doing it, they're highlighting. They're highlighting. It's supposed to be a drill. Certain drills is for the receivers. Certain drills are for the receivers and the quarterbacks. Some drills just for the quarterback. They want to see if they can throw the out route.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're doing that goal line pass, that's not for that drill is particularly for the receiver, and they're still highlighting the quarterback. That's what even Kurt Warner was like. They're trying to either put too much on it or something. He said this drill is not for the quarterback; it's for the receivers. They need to highlight. They need to fix that and say, hey, this is where I need you to throw the ball every time, so we can see if they can respond to it the way we need them to respond. Because some of the quarterbacks are throwing it too far inside, they're throwing it too high or too outside. You know what I mean? Because you don't have the timing with the person that you're with the receiver that's doing the drill. You haven't worked with them. So
you got to work when you got to get that time and that consistency together. I mean, heck, if I was one of those cats, I'd be like grabbing one of the quarterbacks and like, yo, we finna go out to this parking lot right quick. We're gonna get some time.
That's the problem. You can't really do that because you don't know who's gonna throw you the ball. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just in the line.
Let me just be on the side over here, just running a little bit off the camera.
Yeah.
And that way we can get it down. That way I can tell what type of strength you got. You can see what type of stride I got. Everything else, it's good. We had that better chemistry. And but I think that's kind of one of the things about the combine that they think is a strength is the adaptability, the mental toughness under pressure. So in high pressure, off nature of the combine tests the prospect's ability to perform under stress. Strong in performance in the setting can be indicative of a player's resilience and adaptability and qualities that are essential in the NFL. So of course, we're going to have those players out there who are going to go off script, who are going to not necessarily follow the playbook and make something magical happen or piss a coach off.
Yep.
How are they going to perform? How is the rest of the team going to perform in those situations? Like, I couldn't imagine being like one of the young Russell Wilson's linemen, the offensive lineman, because you knew he was going off script. You
Right.
knew that he was trying to reestablish the pocket. But you knew, like, hey, this is not exactly the play that we drew up. It's kind of some backyard ball going on, but I got to be able to flex in that position to help him reestablish the pocket. And I think the combine can help you in those situations to adjust to uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
It's just one practice of many that are coming, but it's
Right.
just simply the baseline. Hey, how did they flex immediately? Where's our starting point for getting this person to practice adaptability? Let's see here. The reason I'm gonna go with number 2, consistent environment for evaluation. So unlike the film, which can be influenced by different game situations, coaching styles, and situational context. So like I was saying, on some of the film, you saw just garbage defenses and really good offensive scheming. Like, you see a guy catch a ball wide the heck open. I'm like, that was a scheme. That wasn't, him necessarily making the play. It was the scheme on that led him to be open that way. Let's see. So unlike the film, which can be influenced by the game situations, coaching styles, and situational context, the controlled combine environment, it offers consistency it's a level playing field amongst all the players. This consistency enables teams to make fair data-driven decisions and comparisons amongst the prospects. So, I mean, if I see one guy do a jump, I can see this guy do the jump and see exactly where both of them are at.
Yep.
And that's just breaking it down to its granular level. See, hey, he can jump that far, or he can jump that high, or he can run this cone, or he's got good feet.
Right.
This guy doesn't have good feet. We saw guys with Mount Cody, another guy who was terrible at the combine, but he got a ring. He got a ring.
That's true. That's very true.
And he caused the fumble at a critical moment to help get us there.
Yeah.
But he was fat as all get out and out of shape. But he's a defensive tackle. We applaud that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you're right. You're right.
They need to have a buffet contest. You know what I'm saying? Just have a buffet out there at the combine. Have the big boys just over here picking up a couple sandwiches, whatever, meatball subs, all that. Yeah,
See, this works.
That's his 5th meatball sub, Eric.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, let's see. Number 3, injury and conditioning insights. So performance at the combine can highlight underlying issues like injury risk and conditioning consistencies. So I do like not just necessarily the testing of these individuals on the field, but I do like the evaluations by the doctors. They can see and go look through a medical history on a player and say, okay, look, we're looking at a serious medical problem for this player that is ongoing, and he's had these issues over long. So it's a great evaluation tool to see who's had those consistencies of injuries and who's been consistently healthy. And also, people get injured during these drills. Do they have that endurance to make it through a basic drill without getting hurt? Because all of a sudden you take them to camp and you put them through Harbaugh's drill, and they say, they can't make his run in the time frame, and they get kicked out of camp.
Yeah.
All right, next is, let's see, quantifying physical potential. This is reason number 4, as we're talking one versus the other. Right now we're talking combine versus tape. I'm saying I'm still on board with tape over combine, but I'm just giving you reasons why people could argue the opposite. So the statistics capture raw physical attributes such as speed, power, and endurance that can predict a player's future development and capacity to excel at the professional level, sometimes revealing hidden athletic potential not evident in film. Sometimes there may be that 1 or 2 gems that's going to make that athletic play. There was a guy a couple of years ago that played for the Jets, and he was because he performed so well at the combine, he made this amazing athletic catch. Ended up going to the Jets, and everybody thought he was just going to be the next Calvin Ridley or Julio. I mean, there were comparisons to Julio based on some combine reps. People let the draft stock go up a little bit, and they ate into it a little bit too much. The guy didn't turn out to be much at all. But anyway, so there may be some hidden gems in there. Like you said, when it comes to running backs, you be able to see really good feet. And if you got somebody with really good feet, even offensive lineman, you
Yeah.
can tell through the combine maybe a little bit more micro focused on the position
Yeah.
at that particular moment versus focusing on all five of the linemen at once and trying to see who's got the better feet. Like if we had taken a better look at Daniel Faalele, maybe just maybe we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. This dude got terrible feet. He's had terrible feet from the jump.
I was watching one of these podcasts. I can't think of. I honestly can't think of it offhand. But guy played. He played in the league. He was undrafted. He played in the league. Switched to lineman. He's like, honestly, he said, "There's no lineman that should be running the 40. Like, let's just take that out for the lineman."
Yeah, I think defensive line and offensive line
Yeah,
just take that for them
take that out for them.
because they need to worry about hey, how are they short bursts and how they react to short bursts.
You can do it. You can find that out in other ways. And, them doing a 40. That's around pull a hammy.
Yeah. I mean, there's no big man that should be all that weight shouldn't be moving around like that.
You ain't running that fast. You ain't running that far. It's rare.
Like you want to see what their conditioning skills are? Have them run a couple laps to see who's gas first.
Yeah, that work too.
Here we are. We got the big man's running around the laps. I can see that it's not as entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, you gonna know like, hey, who in shape and who not. But I tell you that the one thing that does shock me about the combine is seeing some of the bigger guys. A 6'5" guy running 4.3 something. You're like, what is happening right now?
That's true.
Their training is showing like, hey, okay, they got some skills. So that is where you're like, okay, those are the gems and those draft stocks should rise up a little bit. But at the same time, it's like you may be fast and you may be a fan. Al Davis is probably smiling from heaven right now, looking like, yeah, that's the guy. He's a Raider. He's a Raider because of the stopwatch. But it comes to technique. You got to know, do you have the rest of it?
Yeah.
How is your hands? Especially when it comes to anybody in the edge position. What I've been seeing is a lack of pass rusher portfolio when it comes to the film. I see bull rushes like crazy, especially on a guy that went up the draft boards because he had a good 40 time. What was his name?
The linebacker from Tennessee.
Landon Jackson.
I don't remember his last name.
So this guy, he had he's 6'6", 264 pounds, and you can see him
from Arkansas.
He'd rush inward. So I think stopping the run, I thought he was good.
Yeah,
because he was always a bust to the outside, and his move was always to get to the inside instead of going around. And he would try to plow through, but I'm like, you can't plow through on bigger defense or offensive tackles in the league. It's just not. It's not going to happen. He's not going to have that extra push. He's got to develop a different portfolio. And I didn't see but those two pass rush moves. I watched a few. I watched like 2 games on him. I watched it at a faster speed, but you could see like just repetitive bull rush, push to the outside, get to the inside. Great run stopper. He fits the Ravens build.
Yeah.
But we want that pass rusher, right? We do want that pass rusher eventually to get out there and make those sacks like Suggs. He was versatile. He could do it all. All right, and let's go back. Number one reason people would say that they would prefer combine a little bit more than tape is combine stats. They offer that objective benchmarking. Combine stats offer standardized, measurable data like 40-yard dash times, vertical jump heights, and they allow teams to objectively compare athletic ability across prospects, regardless of variability in game situations. So, like I said, same as I said before, you're looking at exactly what can this person do and what can this person not do in t-shirts and shorts.
Mm-hmm.
You're like wondering, like, yeah, I wonder how fast he is in pads, and he's out here running like this.
Yeah,
but that's a straight line.
Yeah,
it's definitely. I think I'm always going to be a tape guy over the combine guy. I'm not saying make the combine go away, just switching it up just a little bit more to give me more realism in those situations. Even like, hey, I noticed we in the 21st century, man. Let me get some virtual reality and see how these guys react in those virtual reality situations. And if you can combine the two, especially with the offensive lineman, show me in virtual reality situations this guy showing the footwork, showing the hands at the same time. Defensive ends the same. Show me that you have a pass rushing portfolio of using the hands and the arms at the same time. Where's your lean? Where's your pass rushing portfolio? Can you do it under virtual? How realistic, or how can we make it as realistic of an environment as possible? Even the quarterbacks, as they're going through those drills, you got a timer. Put them under a real, legit pass rushing virtual reality timer, and say, okay, now you sacked. You can't even throw that. Don't even worry about it. Go to the back of the line. Back of the line. Oh boy. All right, so those are my reasons there. The next thing I wanted to do was go through, now that we've discussed the combine and Harry Potter, we're going to go to What the Flock. So we're going to jump into the We Are the Ravens flock real quick.
Okay.
Because they've been talking some craziness. It's just been absolute nonsense going on. And a bunch of lies.
We need to get, why we didn't get Debo or.
Yeah, the whole Debo talk. Sorry, I got some craziness going on.
Hold on now.
Let me get over here to the hold up. All right. So now we on the We Are the Ravens flock page. For those of y'all who do not know, this is a fun page where all types of madness goes on. People talk some trash. People make up stuff. They bring all the Twitter feeds or X feeds into the Ravens flock for discussion. Brooke is the main manager of it. I am one of the participants and I guess administrators for this page. So we have a good time on here. So the first lie that pops up. Can everybody see that? Can you see that, camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First lie that pops up is about Justin Jefferson. Said he boldly tells John Harbaugh, "Sign me, and I'll take the Ravens to the Super Bowl in 2025." You're like, what? Like what is happening?
Did they really say that, or are they just making it up?
They making it up.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just like, okay, Charm City. I'm not blaming Charm City Ravens fans page, but he is grabbing that from this other NFL PA rumors page on X, and this dude is the least credible source on the internet. Anything that comes to his mind while he's taking a dump that morning is exactly what he is going to put on X. Just a whole bunch of cap. He is about as much cap as Jason La Cap for. All right, next. People a little bit bitter about the just run power until they stop it. So yeah, they're talking about the Bills game. A lot of people are a little bit salty about this here. And some of the comments you'll see that some of our all-star contributors are putting in on this. The game plan was the game plan for the Ravens and against the Bills. When it comes down to it, one catch was the deciding factor at the end of that game. We make that catch, we get to go to at least overtime and get an opportunity to possibly win that game. It could have went either way. We could have scored, and the Bills could have still came down and scored a field goal. We don't know, but it was a legit good game plan that brought us back into this game. And there was a couple mistakes.
Let me just say something since we already talking about that game.
Yeah. Because
I keep hearing everybody talk about we need more receivers. I agree. But at the same time, I really feel like you need to re-sign Tylan Wallace. My reasoning for this is he's proven that he could be a number 3. I heard some people say, "Oh, he's a number 4 or 5." I don't understand how when every time he's touched the ball, majority of the time he touched the ball in big games, he's showing up. Because he's showing up. If you look at that last drive, 2 big plays were made. One, a pass to Tylan Wallace when he put the best corner, their best corner, actually the best slot corner in the NFL, quote unquote, at that particular time. They keep saying Johnson. He put him on skates.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first big play. The second big play was Isaiah Likely. Every time Tylan's gotten an opportunity to show up, he's showing up. So if you groomed your receiver here, let him re-sign him, man. Let him stay. I mean,
and take him if you want more production from him. So how about you slowly take him off of special teams and allow everybody else to get on special teams? You know, we now have a formula to hey, Brooke, we now have a formula to grooming our own receivers. We've never been able to do that. Now we've been able to do that the past couple of years since Monken has come in. Since I can't remember the wide receiver coach. I see it now. It was at Kansas City. Him and old boy that went to Washington, the one that went to New Orleans, that was helping out. But since they changed the whole format of the team as far as the receiving room, we've groomed our own receivers. So why would you not re-sign him? I didn't think Nelly was better than you know this for a fact. I didn't think Nelly was better than Tylen. I think he was
Yeah,
fast.
I think on the year, I think that was shown. I think it was proven like Nelly, whatever Nelly had left, it was gone.
Well, Nelly's he's fast, but he's never had great hands. Tylen dropped one pass, I think, this whole season. It really wasn't even thrown to him. It was like low and short to the outside against Cleveland. That was the last game of the season. Tylen had 11. He was 11 or 11, I believe. And majority of the time, he made big plays. Every time he got a chance to, you know, make something happen. The Cincinnati game, the first game, he had 2 big catches on that comeback. The one that we had Thursday night, he had the big catch for the touchdown. So every time he's had an opportunity, this is one of the receivers that you drafted that you've been able to groom. I'm not saying we can go out and sign another receiver, but give this man a chance to be your number 3, and then you still got Tez there, Tez Walker, and let him continue to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You got a formula. You got something going.
I think that consistency is key. You know, work with this guy. I think that Tylen has hopped on the field and done exactly what he's supposed to do as a number 3. And I think, you know, if we got Bateman healthy, we got Zay healthy, we got him, you know, and the thing is it's not just about these wide receivers. We got magnificent weapons at the tight end position that should honestly veer us away from any first round talk about a wide receiver whatsoever.
Right.
I know that we're going to have Big Reg come in saying we need a wide receiver. A few other people are saying we need a wide receiver first round. No, we don't.
We need to build in trenches, bro.
Yeah. And, I think the main thing I wanted to talk about is that Debo. We didn't need Debo. And Debo ain't been Debo since 2021, just so y'all know. Like, this dude hadn't had over 630 yards since 2021. Brooke, controlling me. But yes, so he had been Debo since 2021, and now he's about to go over to Washington, and he's got a $17.25 million cap number that the Ravens was not going to eat for a year.
Yeah, but I think people got Debo's probably the number 1 playmaker between him and Tyreek Hill. They're probably the number 1 playmakers in the league. He's not just a pure receiver, and he's not a pure running back. But you use him, you get him in space, he a problem. And that's what we don't. Somebody at his caliber. This is what I learned from us signing Odell, because I don't think Odell was a bad player at all, or bad. But the fact is, even with Nelly, when money comes in hand, if you ain't making that money, you push right here. Nobody can say that, and I'm just using Tylen again. You can't say Tylen. If you compare Tylen to Nelly last year, you can't say Nelly outplayed Tylen. One of the biggest differences, Tylen not afraid to go over the middle. He attacks the ball in the air, and he's not afraid to get hit. Nelly, on the other hand, swipe it, don't swipe me. He done got mauled a few times, bro.
And I think the corner route was his play.
Huh?
The corner route, that was his play. That was all he had.
Yeah,
he got more in his portfolio. You can see out routes. You can see him actually trying to make passes across the middle. You see him doing things after the catch.
When they put Nelly in that slot, he got mauled when we played Cincinnati. He got mauled when we played Buffalo. He got mauled in the Giant game. when he went out with the concussion. That's why Tez came in and caught the touchdown.
Yeah.
He got them all. He don't look here. I like Nelly. I think he's a good dude. I think it's time. He's done his time. I don't think we need to bring him back. I think we need to retire, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think we saw that bringing him back was not as fruitful as we thought about it last season. So of course, it's definitely time to move forward. And we got to see what Tez Walker can do, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
We got to see if he's got more in his portfolio than just a straight line.
Yeah, groom your own. You got the formula now. You groom two. You got your top two receivers, your top two targets, and technically the number 3 receiver or the number 1 receiver in some aspects is actually it should be likely. I think he's showing up for every time. Look, likely get the opportunity, bro. He shows up, and there's nothing against Mark Andrews. Every time.
Speaking of which, what do you think about this?
What?
They talking about the Ravens. This guy, I don't know who he is, some bum. He's like, Ravens are gonna cut/trade Mark Andrews.
I think they are gonna. I think at this point, honestly, I don't think we have a choice because all 4 of them unless you get something done where everybody you restructure or extend Marlon. If you don't restructure or extend Mark, if you extend Mark, what are you saying? Are we gonna let go Isaiah Likely? Because they all 3 of our tight ends are in their last days of last season. So I want to extend Likely now. Why are we waiting until after the 4th season?
Yeah, I agree.
He could be the number 1 tight end.
And they were talking about. They said Eric DeCosta, he likes to get that. Of course, it's going to probably be a year of shelf life left on some of the players that he ends up sending in different ways. But ultimately, he gets out early, and so he doesn't have to deal with the repercussions of dealing with the player who's a little bit past what the expectation was.
Right. So if we do trade like Andrews, it's $11 million in cap space that we need anyway.
Yeah, it's true. So, we definitely need the space.
Unless they extend them.
Yeah. Now, personally,
I don't think you're going to pay big money to 2 tight ends. Like I don't.
I've been back and forth on this because I'm looking at another team across the rate in the north, and they about to pay both wide receivers over there.
I don't know how they're gonna pay. They pay both of them. Then that means Trey Henderson is walking.
I mean, they whole defense
no way in the world you're gonna pay
trash. Huh? So that whole defense gonna be trash.
Yeah. If you think you're just gonna get them all in the draft, well, good luck. I don't see that happening.
You cannot spend $58 million on 2 wide receivers.
Listen in. Your best linebacker is requesting a trade. Trey Henderson is not signed. They must want to tag T and trade him because you just said you're gonna make Jamar Chase the highest paid receiver. How are you gonna pay both?
That's what, $37 million a year or 36, right?
How are you gonna pay him? And with the franchise tag, that takes up a lot of cap space. So I don't know who else you signing that's coming in.
Yeah, if I was the Bengals, I'd probably try and trade. I know it sounds crazy, but I would try and trade Jamar Chase, sign T to the long-term contract because people gonna pay the buttload of money for Jamar.
Either that, they're gonna try to. I bet you they're not gonna keep. If they're not gonna keep T, they're gonna tag and trade him. See if they can get a first one.
Mm-hmm. I think I think it's a tag and trade is definitely what the option is for them because I think they see the connection between Burrow and Chase and how great it is. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if I got a number 1 hit, and I got a number 1 hit, I got one that's drafts or tradable value is going to be through the roof, and I got one with 1 year of shelf life left because I tagged him.
But you're not going to trade the best player. You're not going to trade. Jamar Chase is a generational talent, so it was like he's 1-on-1. So you let him go.
Money,
huh?
So if I ain't got no money,
they ain't gonna have no money if they keep T. Because you tag them, that's a lot of money.
That's true. I'd rather pay, what was it, $26.8 million versus $38 million. Yeah. But I'd be able to get some picks back too and still keep T. Financially, I gotta go with T. Generational talent that I'm not going to be able to replicate fully because T is not Jamar. But I get to go in with the draft and get some magical talent out of these fast 40 times.
Yeah.
see what my quarterback can make out of it.
If you trade Jamal, you're gonna have an unhappy Joe Burrow. That's you know what I mean.
Yep. He wants both, don't he?
Yeah, he won both, but he really wants Jamal. You know that's who he. You know he came in with T, which I understand. You know he was a second round pick, but I don't know how you gonna keep both of them.
Oh, here's one.
It's gonna hit you with the clock.
Over under.
Right on it, huh?
52.5%. They are in on Darius Slade. Are we in?
I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him.
He's 34 years old. Granted, now I did look at the stats. It was a really solid year as far as tackles, as far as pass defenses. I think he had 13 passes.
Deal, but he might be ready to retire to Slade.
Yeah, them legs. The thing when you hit 30, them legs go, bro. I'm 40, and I'm in physical therapy twice a week.
That's different though. He's talking world class athletes, bro. He world class athletes. You talk about you 40, you in therapy.
I'm saying, 34 years old. That's like ancient for a corner, you know.
And you must go switch to safety.
Yeah, it's gotta be switched to safety. Now, of course, that would be a smart idea for safety.
Huh?
That'd be a smart idea to have him as a third safety back there. But when it's the price right, because he just won a Super Bowl too. The agent gonna be saying that when they come across the table.
I was 34 years old. He's going to become across the table with too much.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, hey, my guy still deserves a good $9 million a year, and that's a reasonable price.
Yeah,
but it's just like all the Ravens gonna pay it because we ain't got that kind of money right now, and we don't like 1 year deals because we ain't got that kind of. We got to extend people, so we want younger players with a little bit more shelf life who we can do multi-year deals on.
Something got to happen because they close to. They said they close to making a deal with Stanley. So if they doing that, then either somebody getting traded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they will definitely. I'm sure Lamar's restructuring his deal.
Oh,
yeah.
But it's like only so much wiggle room you got when you start giving players guaranteed money out the wazoo.
Yeah,
you don't have that much money to roll forward into a bonus.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You might as well just go ahead and give Lamar a new deal because he should have had 2 MVPs since he got the new contract.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you might as well just give him a new deal, then that'll open up a lot more cap space. But
old boy said, "Show me the money."
Yeah, give him a new deal. Give him a new deal that'll open up a lot more cap space instead of just extending them out. Give him a new deal.
She hit us with it. She hit it when it was about 3 minutes ago. But still.
Yeah, she's been on it. You come in the door and just to close the door, bro. That's what you're doing.
That is true. We've been talking about all these catches. Well, one thing we didn't catch was Brooks showing up about 45 minutes late.
He came in
the door, bro. She been lobbying to fire you the whole time too. She talking about fire him.
Oh, she been talking trash over the whole time. Unbelievable.
Like, where is he?
I was working, Brooke. I'm sorry. I've been working.
She was like, you ain't been.
Oh man, here you go. You ain't reach out to me. You ain't slide up a DM and say, "Hey, Cam, you okay? You all right? You ain't been around. You ain't check on me. At least Liz checked on me. At least I can say D checked on me. He hit me on. He gave me a couple likes on my pictures and stuff.
She talking about she here so much. Oh, let's see here. All right, so we of course I want to be on, but of course we're gonna be more consistent. Monday's show definitely on next week. Looking forward to just talking any type of sports because I know it's gonna be a tough drought right now. With
we right on time though. The league year start off the 14th. Am I correct?
So we should be talking free agency stuff next week. Who's worth signing, who's not, and also talking to 18 free agents that we can shore up for sure. We'll go through those and we'll talk about each one line by line. That'll be our next show that we'll get into. Brooke says she said she really was about to message you last week and she got distracted.
Yeah, sound good. Sound about right.
I think she had a birthday party. I think it was for one of the kids or something.
Got distracted for your children. Okay.
Yeah,
Going to just throw the kitties at me, make me feel bad. Okay.
valid excuse.
Fine,
All right,
good.
y'all. So of course, hey Brooke, I want to say appreciate you because of you, we got 4 subscribers extra last week. So y'all can do the same thing that Brooke is doing as far as just sharing it on at least 1 or 2 social media pages. You give me that, we build this community here, and we have a little bit more fun, some more trash
Yeah.
talking. We can bring those folks in here with the crazy perspectives. I went live a few times, just live on my phone. We got some really weird perspectives. I got some. He was really hitting on me. I was just like, "Hold up, man!" But it was different to have other people in the room. So please share this with your friends, your family, different Twitter feeds, channels, different flocks. Please do, and make sure you hit the like button. If I got 11 people in the room, let's hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell. So when it's going down. That's what I'm talking about right now. All right, a few more comments here. Brooke was 1 under her goal. I appreciate you. Yeah, she was so close. I think I told her 5, and she can give me we can get her a prize or something. And she got
Yeah,
me.
did. Hi, Brooke.
Yeah, she ended up getting 5. Let's say she ended up getting 4.
How about I ain't say nothing to her. I did. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Brooke.
Oh, she did. Oh, she's saying, "Hey, now."
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So, thanks for tuning in, folks, to the home original sports perspective from our couch to yours. This is your couch rider, Raven. My main man, Cam Root.
There you go.
And 2 claps. Fade to black.
Peace.
Peace.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Raven, Raven, hey, Raven. We gon' ride out. Raven, Raven, hey, Raven. Couch Rider. Raven, Raven, hey, Raven. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
I guess it would help if I actually end the show.